So it's a little pre-game thing. It's like I said, it was the very last minute. I told you before this started, John. Hey, Rabbit.
And we have a rabbit.
Yeah. Yeah, I told you before we started, I barely got all the arrangements for this week's stories done on time. Because
I'd like to point out a joke here, Evan, that you missed. It actually has nothing to do with you.
oh.
I would like you to note the epic fullness of Rabbit's beard. Now I want you to picture a few weeks ago, it wasn't there. And he looked ridiculous.
Thank you, John.
You're welcome, Rabbit.
I think you were on the air for that period, Rabbit, actually. I think it was just you and me that show.
Yep.
Might have been.
Yeah. That was about 3 weeks ago, give or take. Yeah. Anyway.
Something like that.
Yeah. Before I found myself doing a solo show. Week or so before that. But yeah, it's like I said, I barely got all these arranged on time. I've learned this. When my work schedule permits, I prefer to do it last minute, because that's when I know for sure I got all the news out.
Mm.
But man, this was one of those things. It's as soon as I came online, went to Facebook where we keep our message threads. I don't know if it was on the trending section or not. I don't know how I found this, but apparently there's a whole bunch of celebrity photos that got leaked and put up on 4chan and Reddit. And it's Jennifer Lawrence, Kate Upton, Mary Elizabeth Winstead. It's almost like a who's who of girls who are famous today that straight men want to see naked. The only one confirmed right now is Jennifer Lawrence. Either she said herself, said through a rep, yeah, I admit it, they're me. Everybody else is going, no, they're fake. I kind of believe Jennifer Lawrence more than the others.
Mm-hmm.
Especially considering I think she's actually done some professional nude modeling photos you can find pretty easily, so it's not like she has anything to hide anymore anyway. But no, it's just, it's one of those things I'm always kind of mixed when that happens, because on one hand, I'm a straight male. These are attractive women. I'm not the kind of guy who jerks off these things. Naked body alone doesn't do shit for me, but, it's I'm curious. But at the same time, I'm like, why the fuck are we... Don't break into these people's private lives. They don't even have much of one to begin with.
Yeah.
It's the only reason I should be seeing photos like this from these women is because, I somehow go way up in social status, I become uber famous, make tons of fucking money, the stars become aligned, the Mayan prophecies come true, the pigs start flying, the cows come home, the fucking seas turn red as blood, and the moon turns to sackcloth, the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse are on their way, and, John gets drunk on a single beer and a single beer alone. These are the combination of things that need to happen for me to so much just get to talk to one of these girls, let alone be in enough of a situation where they feel the need to show these things to me on their phones.
Dogs and cats living together, mass hysteria.
Honestly, in my mind, in today's society, even the famous people get naked enough. We really need to cut this whole leaking into their cell phone shit out.
So you put your tinfoil hat on and go, was it a planned leak?
No, in this case, no. This is a lot of celebrities in varying areas of the Q rating spread across the board. Even in today's modern age of the internet, it would be very fucking difficult for them to get together and plan this shit, and no one know until now. It's literally this came out within the last few hours. But anyway, that's not one of the things on the news. That's just me saying leave people's privacy alone. Especially when especially people who have a career where they don't really have much privacy left.
Yeah.
And that's really
and I'm sorry. And if they're not, in general, a dick, I'm sorry. If you're in Hollywood and you're a dick, fuck your privacy. That's all I have to say. Fuck your privacy. You're a dick. I'm going to pay somebody to go rooting through your trash once a week, not actually just to take anything, just to make you paranoid, because you're a dick.
And I'm all over the front yard.
I can't say that, because I have a big thing about privacy. I like my privacy. To this day, I have an almost secret life that virtually nobody knows about because I do a very good job of keeping to myself. Mostly by giving people information that is not fucking important to me and makes them think there's nothing worth knowing. Anyway.
Evan, I know all about the secret life. I've seen the heels.
They do look amazing.
Oh, looks like we might have a pixie!
It's a pixie! Now the girl comes up after we're done talking about leaked photos of naked women.
Guys.
Hey, Pixie.
Huzzah!
Anyway, we can do an official beginning. It's a good thing we had that pre-game thing.
Sunday, Sunday, Sunday!
Hi, Class Geek News, every Sunday where we don't talk about the news, we just tell you what we think about it. I am, of course, everyone's favorite neighborhood geekazoid, Evan Ransom, who runs, I use the term loosely, highclassgeek.com. With me today is my usual angry leprechaun / monkey, John Little. Say hi, John.
Hello!
We have with us a rabbit who may or may not have killed a lot of British knights before coming here.
Totally did.
And a pixie, the green-haired one herself.
That's almost white, actually.
Well, we need to re-dye it. I think we should have an internet poll about what color Pixie's dyeing her hair next.
I'm making it tomorrow, so...
So, that means we have a whole... we know you're moving this week, so that means we have a whole extended time period to not only pick your next color, but inform you of what said color is to be, then to have you dye it and show up next Sunday with the new color.
Oh, I will, and I'll have Jay with me, actually.
Oh, huzzah.
Okay. Is this
I
the new...
vote pea green.
out of my slightly selfish curiosity, is this the new bow?
Mm-hmm.
Excellent! No, I'm dead serious. I was like, when you guys were on like that other time, I was like, I'm getting vibes.
Well, he's actually driving up... Now, get this. He's driving up from Georgia to help me move to North Carolina.
And he sold his drum set for you.
See, if it was the other way around, I'd be more impressed, because the things a guy will do just to get laid, that's not outside the realm.
No,
I'll assume in your case he genuinely loves you. But moving on, let's get it started with our main story. Hey, somebody say something, because all of a sudden I'm just an image.
Rawr.
There we go.
Zombies of brain.
The internet knows John when he goes into a derp face. Our main story. John, I know you're very happy about this. The Doctor is back!
Yes, I am terribly excited. This is my excited face. Let us all bask in the glory of John's excited face. This message is fully approved by the law offices of Lucifer, Beelzebub, and Devilbow.
Yeah, like, you're not a huge Doctor Who geek these days.
I'm not a Whovian. Sorry.
I cannot confirm nor deny this, as has been explained to me by my legal representation from the law offices of Lucifer, Beelzebub, and Devilbow.
So, as an Irishman, how do you feel that the new Doctor is Scottish? And I don't mean the actor is Scottish, I mean the Doctor himself has a Scottish accent.
I cannot confirm nor deny this, as was explained to me by my representatives from the law offices of Lucifer, Beelzebub, and Devilbow.
Since we had a skip week, this is clearly coming from, like, last week, but, you know, we've had 2 episodes now. I like the new Doctor. He's such an asshole.
Okay. I'm sorry to admit, still haven't seen it yet, so that is why I have no opinion, because I haven't had a chance to watch it yet.
Okay. Well, here's. I honestly think this sums up the Doctor in a nutshell. He describes his companion Clara as she cares, so I don't have to.
You know, mentioning he's Scottish, though, the only thing that appears in my mind is Mike Myers playing his grandfather in So I Married an Axe Murderer.
Well, no, in this case, it's a real Scotsman, though. I mean, he's the 3rd Scotsman to play the Doctor, but the first one to get to keep his accent.
When do we get the fucking Irishman to play the Doctor? When do we get that? When do we get the Guinness bottles smattered all over the floor of the TARDIS? When do we get that?
Here's what we should do. Now that the Doctor is Scottish, they should bring Gallifrey and the Time Lords back, and they're all Irish.
I want to know what the Gallifreyans drink. I want Gallifreyan ale.
Wait, isn't that what turned Paul McGann into John Hurt?
That's a tough one. No. You will appreciate this, Evan. I've actually been taking my Saturday mornings, and apparently Hulu now has a majority of the old Doctor streaming.
So do I.
So
streaming.
I have been watching a majority of the old Doctor streaming, along with
when you get to 7.
Oh, God, got a visitor. Okay, sorry.
I'm just going to put it out there now. My personal favorite is 7, for a very simple reason. Every
Used
version
to be a man?
Huh?
Used to be a man?
No.
Oh, Evan, just
Yeah, fuck you. Anyway.
if you just learned to cup the balls, all this would be fine.
Right. Anyway. No, it's the 7th. Every version of the Doctor ran into his enemies except for the 7th. The 7th went fucking looking for them. The Daleks weren't afraid of the Doctor until the 7th came along, and he blew up their planet.
Point. Moving on.
Anyway, last thing I'm going to say on this is that I love how in the premiere the Doctor has a line where the crisis is going on. Clara asks who is behind it, and he goes, "I don't know, but I'll probably blame the English."
Good line. Good line.
Yes. He's still trying to work out why he's Scottish. It's weird with his attack eyebrows. Anyway, moving on to movies. Let's see. Oh, I gotta move ahead now. It's weird. This fucks me up when we have a skip week. Coming out in theaters this week before I go to sleep, the Identical, I have no idea what that is, and Mary Calm, which I know is a Bollywood flick. So any Bollywood fans up in the house, you got something.
Yoo-hoo!
Coming out on home video, Draft Day, Mom's Night Out, which I barely recognized as being in the theaters, I think 2 weeks ago, Night Moves, Under the Electric Sky, and For No Good Reason, which could easily be the title of every single movie coming out that's not by Marvel Studios.
Pretty much lately.
One that is. Let's see, moving on past that. We got a first look at Paul Rudd as the titular character in Ant-Man, more specifically as Scott Lang. We haven't seen him in the suit yet, but we've seen him on set as Scott Lang. So we got that.
We approve.
Sticking to the Marvel thing, we also got a first look, loosely, weirdly, of Doctor Doom in the new Fantastic Four movie that we know just enough about to be worried.
No. That's not what worries me. And I will bring up what worries me when we get to television.
Okay.
And no, it's not what you posted earlier today. I'm actually quite excited about that.
It shows how. Oh, that. Yeah. Okay. I just happen to be on that page, so I know what you're talking about. Yeah. We'll definitely be talking about that. But no, I found it funny. The article I found out about on is already judging the suit. And have you seen the picture yet? Anyone here seen the picture?
I have.
You can't tell shit from that picture.
No, it honestly, it looks akin to the last one, which just already makes me go,
At least the Thing looks improved. What we saw of him.
There really wasn't much improvement to do. They looked damn good the last two.
Wait. Sorry, I forgot. I almost forgot there was the Cracker. For a second there, I forgot there was 2 movies last time. For a second there, I thought you were talking about the Roger Corman one. I was like, Cracker Jack Thing?
Look, Cracker Jack Thing was impressive for cosplay in the 70s. You know, there were a damn lot of people going to fucking San Diego Comic-Con wearing that exact same getup, built the exact same way, and they thought they looked badass.
I'm talking about the movie made in 1994, John.
My point remains valid. Do not question me!
We also got, at the time it was 1 first look. Now we got 2 first looks of the newly made suit for Superman and Batman vs. Superman, The Dawn of Justice. And honestly, they did the one thing I've been saying they should do to the suit from the beginning. It has color.
I was gonna say bat nipple rings.
Bat codpiece.
I mean, if you're
Not
gonna
the
have
bat suit, the Superman suit.
oh,
Oh.
super nipple rings.
Super codpiece?
Wouldn't you need kryptonite to put those nipple rings in?
I'm pretty sure Superman could do it himself.
Pinky.
Heat vision.
Yeah, heat vision the holes in them and put the rings through before they heal. Huzzah! Super nipples!
Doesn't matter. He can't look any worse than he did with that mullet in the 90s.
Yeah, we don't talk about that.
It's just best not to talk about Superman in the 90s. That's why he's not as popular as he is today, because the 90s was like probably the worst decade for Superman.
Yeah, it's bad when Superman looks like a reject from Hall & Oates.
A reject from it?
Okay, the offspring of it.
Okay, no, what gets me is, over the years, there's been a lot of bullshit things that have had to be done to protect Superman's secret identity when he's Clark Kent. But there was nothing they could have done that would have made me believe that no one thought he was Clark Kent when they both had the long hair at the same fucking time.
I'm sorry. There's no reason that I'm going to believe that everyone believes he's Clark Kent when he puts on a pair of fucking glasses.
There's a lot more to it than that, but actually, no, I have a whole argument for why that works, but that could take up an entire hour-long video, so we're not going to get into it.
Woohoo!
Anyway, moving on.
Moving on to casting news. Sherlock will be playing a tiger.
I had heard this.
Yes, in the one of two Jungle Book movies coming out, I think from two different studios. Jungle Book Origins, Benedict Cumberbatch will be the voice of Shere Khan. No word yet on whether or not he will have a blue suit and be controlling a major corporation that is occasionally the ally or the enemy of Baloo's air delivery
Man,
service.
you went way too far to bring in a tailspin joke. Really, dude?
Yeah,
You know
that's
what?
just
I'll tell
too
you
far.
what it says, as I have no idea how much cocaine was in the meeting to come up with that show, but I still love that show. It is awesome. And Shere Khan is easily the best Lex Luthor we've had so far.
Again, not going to disagree. Love the show, but dude, way too far for that joke.
Whenever I see your hand go to your forehead, I know I've done it right. We're going to get a whole bunch of face palm memes out of you, my friend.
I'm going to need more coffee.
Oh, God, if only Jason was back. In other casting news, this actually has me kind of excited because I'm a geek who's just too obsessed with detail. John understands the obsession with detail. He's an artist, too. Also in Ant-Man, John Slattery will be coming back as Howard Stark, reprising his brief cameo role from Iron Man 2.
I'm okay with this.
Apparently, he will be like a scientist partner to Hank Pym, who's played by Michael Douglas.
I'm okay with this.
I just want one woman to walk into the room and for both of them to hit on that woman like fucking crazy.
Now, come on now. That's really not appropriate to say about Hank Pym because the style of Hank Pym's hitting on a woman and Tony Stark's or Howard Stark's hitting on a woman are very different. Howard Stark has class. Hank Pym has fists.
But Hank Pym is played by Michael Douglas.
Okay,
Same point.
apparently we're just completely ignoring my wife beating joke. Moving on.
I'm sorry, it's just Michael Douglas. I always want to see him hit on women.
In this corner, Michael Douglas. Ding, ding, ding.
Anyway, that Ant-Man movie is going to be wonderfully demented. Let's see, and finally for movie, this is an announcement. They are remaking National Lampoon's Vacation.
No.
My guess is this is their attempt to get into the horror movie market as this idea scares the shit out of me.
Ooh, crossover. National Lampoon's and Hostel. Let's get them together.
No. No. Avengers, open the floodgate. National Lampoon, Hostel, the fucking Purge.
No. Leave the Purge
Only
out
Chevy
of it.
Chase could be.
Actually, I kind of want to see National Lampoon's The Purge.
Only if Chevy Chase gets shot in the face 3 minutes in.
Wait. Here we go. National Lampoon's Road Warrior.
We're already getting that. It's called Mad Max Fury Road.
Exactly. I want Chevy Chase in it driving the Rambler.
Only as long as he's in the Master Blaster outfit.
No, he's got to be in the mask.
Or, wait, I can't. Damn it! It's been too long since I watched the movie. Who was the villain in Road Warrior?
I cannot remember for the life of me. It's been so long too.
I want to say his name was Master Blaster, but I think that was
no. That was Beyond Thunderdome. That wasn't a villain. Master Blaster.
I just love how
the
Yeah, I love how the villain in the Road Warrior, if it was like any other movie, he'd just be like the first in command henchman.
Moving on.
Considering how he looked. But anyway, moving on to television. Coming out this week on home video, John, hide your erection, the complete series of Beast Machines.
Point of order.
No, I just want to see the look on your face. That's good.
We don't talk about Beast Machines because...
Actually, we do.
No.
How many episodes did you watch?
All of them.
So you saw the good season.
No, there was no good season. Because if I wanted to watch Reboot have an orgasm on a computer board and then shit on it, I would watch that. But I'm not going to call it Beast Machines. I'm not going to call it Transformers because it's wrong.
Moving on. Also, Transformers Rescue Bots, Volume 5, Mystery Rescue. Do you feel that, John? Do you feel that dick in your childhood? It used to be a man.
Man, Hollywood's just sticking their dick in my teddy bear and wiping it on my face when they're done.
Well, I was going to say it's television, not film, but let's be honest, nothing we've just talked about is as bad as the base explosion. America! Fuck yeah! Anyway.
Moving on.
Also, Doctor Who Series 4 Part 2 for those who aren't hardcore Whovians who already have their DVD and bought it when it first came out in the complete box set like fucking I did. But anyway. Moving on. Let's see. Casting news. Let's start with the lighter one. Who remembers Donald Glover from Community? Or more specifically, how a couple years back when they were still in like talking about who's going to play Spider-Man for the new Amazing Spider-Man before they hired Andrew Garfield, the big controversy that Donald Glover is like, I should be able to play Peter Parker. The fact that I'm black shouldn't stop anything. Yeah, he's not black in the comic, but fuck, you know? That mask is what matters.
Yep.
He's kind of getting his wish. He is voicing Miles Morales, the half-black, half-Hispanic Spider-Man from the Ultimate Spider-Man comic in the Ultimate Spider-Man Web Warriors cartoon series.
Isn't that also the gay one?
He's not gay. As far as I know, he's positive, because I read that book. He's got a girlfriend who is currently mad at him for telling her that he's Spider-Man.
So he's got a beard.
I was just going to say that.
Dude, he's like 14 years old.
So he's got a peach fuzz beard.
Oh, no, never. Fuck my British fucking terms. I forgot. No, he's not fucking gay. Because he's 14. That would be illegal. No, anyway.
It's not illegal if you don't get caught.
Actually, I can tell you a very interesting story I've heard recently, but that's another thing entirely.
Yeah,
not
moving
connected
on.
Whoever.
I'd like to bring up something in television. I forgot to post this, but
This is a casting thing?
Actually, it's a reboot thing.
Oh,
but if you want to finish casting, and we'll go into this one because it just leaves a bad taste in my mouth.
Yeah, this is the good casting news. We have two bits of news about the upcoming season of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. One is that Brian Patrick Wade has been cast as the Absorbing Man. Which adds more credence to the thing that only I have figured out so far about that show, and I figured it out before the first half of their season was done. How come nobody other than me has figured out that show, they're using that show as an excuse to assemble the Masters of Evil?
I had thought that, and you know what? Now that you've mentioned Absorbing Man, that makes a lot more sense.
I mean, they are setting up Avengers 4 in that show.
Pretty much.
They pretty much already confirmed Avengers 3 is Infinity Gauntlet.
Yeah. Yay, Josh Brolin. No, there's part of me that still really wanted Ron Perlman to get that role.
Weird. Ah, Rabbit's back. All right. Pixie seems frozen, though.
I left?
I don't know, am I?
Well, okay. You're unfrozen now.
No, she was just, very still.
I was. Sorry.
Okay, I think I know what happened. I blinked. Anyway. Also, final bit of casting news, also an agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. Adrian Pilecki, I never figured out how to pronounce this woman's name. Adrian Pilecki has been announced that she's been cast as Bobby Morse, or she is more popularly known to Marvelites, Mockingbird. The S.H.I.E.L.D. agent turned superhero who actually grabbed the heart of Hawkeye.
No, she didn't grab the heart of Hawkeye. Who did she grab?
No, it was Hawkeye.
Correct yourself.
I'm not correcting myself. It's Hawkeye.
Correct yourself.
It is fucking Hawkeye.
I could have sworn it was Green Arrow.
I have the West Coast Avengers Omnibus right there, where they won't shut up about how they're married.
Okay.
It's Hawkeye.
Is it bad that I want to see the fight between him and her and the Black Widow over who gets him? In Jello. That'd be lovely. Let's make that happen.
Or K1.
Black Widow's main love of her life apparently is the Winter Soldier, actually. Now, you were saying something about a reboot?
Oh, reboot, yes. Yeah, one of the most, I'm sorry to say this, in my mind, one of the most horrible television shows in the world is getting a reboot. A Real American Hero.
G.I. Joe?
No. I'm sorry, The Greatest American Hero.
Oh, Greatest American Hero. What are you talking about? That show was awesome.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was.
No, we're going to argue this all day. But yeah.
I'm walking on air. I never thought I could feel so free.
Yeah, so apparently it's getting a reboot.
On a wing and a prayer. Who could it be?
You believe it or not, it's still shit.
Well, the majority agrees with me. Oh God, I'm very scared by that. What the fuck happened to the majority? You're not supposed to agree with me.
I'm not really seeing much of agreement out of the crowd. Rabbit seems disinterested, Pixie seems distracted. So yes!
No, I don't think Pixie's ever seen the show.
I agree with John.
Aha! See, majority. Unless Pixie agrees with you, I win.
But you're not general public. Anyway, moving on. You were saying they're getting another reboot for that show? It already got rebooted once.
And they're rebooting it again.
Wow.
Yeah, wait till they bring back Knight Rider for another time.
No. Wait till they bring back Nightman.
Oh, God.
They're already bringing back Knight Rider. Chris Pratt is
again. It died.
Wait. Chris Pratt is going to be in it. Okay, I'm a little more okay with that because now we're going to get something akin to Green Hornet with Seth Rogen, and I'm okay with that. Oh God, we're going to get a Marvel tie-in because the car is going to be voiced by Paul Bettany.
Oh no, maybe we can get lucky in the. No. I want the car voiced by James Spader.
No.
Yes.
I wanted to call it Jarvis now and then just be a Marvel tie-in. We'll go with that.
What do you think, Kit? I am Groot.
Moving on.
Moving on. Speaking of reboots, I had some other news in there, but we'll get to that later. Just one other bit. We can do that second. Speaking of reboots, guess what else is coming back, gang? John, don't spoil it.
What is it?
Amazon.com is already confirmed they're bringing it back. The Tick, starring Patrick Warburton. Hence why John is currently having multiple orgasms at the moment.
Spoon! Spooner!
Spoon!
Oh my god, that's amazing.
I hope to God they finally introduce sewer urchin, because clearly in the last couple of episodes where the tick is talking to his toilet, sewer urchin is there, and we'll finally get to see sewer urchin.
Oh man.
So happy.
I wonder if they'll give it the budget so they can do like Dinosaur Dan.
I wonder if I finally turned Batmanuel into Der Fledermaus where he's like he's supposed to be.
Don't forget the American-made thing too.
Yeah,
Well, I forget
true.
what they called her in the show.
Captain Liberty.
Oh God. Well, now that it's not Fox and they have every reason to start from scratch, we might get lucky.
We'll see.
The important thing is Patrick Warburton is back because there is no other live-action actor who can really do the tick.
There is no other tick when it's not Patrick Warburton at this point in time.
Yeah. Well, I mean, just you need a guy who's big, fit, has a deep voice, and is funny. That is a very rare combination.
Funny in a deadpan way.
Yeah.
Fuck it,
Because
give it
that's
to
the
Vin
beauty of
Diesel.
the
Vin
tick. He
Diesel can
takes
do it.
himself way too seriously while having all the fun in the world. Oh, God, I love that guy.
Let's give it a gritty reboot and have Vin Diesel play him.
Ooh,
That
no.
worked.
Ooh.
Wait. Let's save that. Let's go back. Let's finally bring back the Max.
Who would make a good chair-faced Chippendale?
David Hyde Pierce.
I'm good. Also, last bit of news, and this is news that people have been waiting for years. We now know what the fuck happened to Tony Soprano at the end of The Sopranos.
No, don't care.
He's dead.
No, actually, he's alive.
No, bullshit. He was eating eggs.
Nope.
He's dead.
The guy who made the show.
I'm sorry, I just love that logic. No, he was fucking eating eggs. He's dead. Because eggs will fucking
Watch the
kill you.
series.
Yes, but enough about his affair with his therapist. Anyway. No, the creator of the show has confirmed he survives after the fade-out.
And you know why he survives? Because eventually the creator's going to need more money. And we're going to get a new Tony who had plastic surgery.
And it's played by Mickey Rourke. Looks a lot like Marv.
No. He's going to be played by Danny DeVito.
Who looks a lot like Marv.
I
Damn it,
would
now I
love
want
to
to see Sin City with Danny DeVito as Marv.
Only if Joe Pesci could be in it.
I was going to say only if we can get Mickey Rourke to play the Penguin. Tim Burton's Penguin. Anyway.
Moving on.
One last bit of news here. Can't believe I almost missed this. Mythbusters, the hosts are out.
Yep. What is it? Carrie, Grant, and Tori have left.
And
They've never said why.
it's
The show let them go. They didn't quit. The show let them go.
oh God, they've been released into the wild. Did anybody tag them?
Well, as I understand it, Carrie already has a child, so somebody's already tagged that.
Yeah, she's less hot now.
I don't watch the show. I don't care.
I love watching
I liked Tori and Grant.
Tori was my favorite. He was a little psycho, but I like him.
Little psycho. I think he was Adam's long-lost child.
That sounds about right.
I mean, all he had to do was be ginger, and it would have been perfect. I would have believed it.
With that thought in mind, I'm going to dispel the myth now that gingers don't have souls. They have a soul that they stole. That's how they get their freckles.
Precisely.
But I'm ginger and I have freckles.
Well, it just means you haven't earned any souls for them. I'm sorry. Just because everybody can get freckles, gingers just earn theirs by getting souls. Believe me, I know.
How many, John?
I can neither confirm or deny this, as has been advised against me by my legal representation from Lucifer Beelzebub and Devilbaum.
I just want to know if, like, a girl, like, looks at your back when it starts finding constellations. That's all.
I can neither confirm nor deny this, as has been advised to me by my legal representation from the offices of Lucifer, Beelzebub, and Devilbaum. Should you need to contact my representation, please do so during the hours of midnight to 2 a.m. in your current time zone via normal summoning circle, or for quick and speedy service, please sacrifice virgins or animals in said summoning circle.
Let's see if there's someone available now. Momo, where are you? Oh, shit. She actually ran away.
Insert pussy runs away from Evan joke here. Moving on.
You remember that comment I made earlier about what it would take for me to actually be able to talk to one of those celebrity girls, let alone date them? Pretty much that. Now, moving on to video games, which I'm not going to lie, somehow in 2 weeks I have no video game news.
Really hasn't been much coming out lately.
No, but we do have releases for this week.
They did do something with the 3DS. They're relaunching it to where there's an actual second
Analog stick.
battery stick. Yeah, so it's like having the CirclePad Pro, but it's already into the system. So anybody who hasn't bought a 3DS, now's the time to buy it. But of course, I have the regular 3DS with CirclePad Pro.
I don't know why, but that just reminds me of that Simpsons episode where Malibu Barbie, the big corporation, wins by adding a new hat to a friggin' action figure they already released.
Yes, but this one has a new hat.
CirclePad Pro for one game. That's it.
Yeah. Well, anyway, the releases for this week are Dance Central Spotlight for the Xbox One. I have no idea if I'm going to pronounce this right. Danganronpa 2, Goodbye Despair for the PS Vita. The Sims 4 for the PC, so that Rabbit doesn't feel left out. Because that's all you're getting this week.
The Sims 4 is... What is it? I can't add another room to my house without buying DLC this time? Fuck yeah.
Velocity 2X for the PS4 and Vita. Warframe for Xbox One, which convinces me that Xbox One is the video game equivalent of 90s Image Comics. And Warriors Urukai 3 Ultimate for the PS4 and the Xbox One. Which makes me think PS4 is the 90s Marvel of video game consoles. But anyway.
Pretty much.
Speaking of comic books, flawless segue.
Dun dun dun. Moving on.
Our suggestions for this week: Original Sin number 8, the final issue of Marvel's seminal summer event, which gave us the team up of the Punisher and Doctor Strange, and gave us the greatest moment ever: the Punisher meeting Rocket Raccoon. And now, thanks to a certain movie, everybody knows why that excites me. Miracle Man number 10, because as I cannot stress enough, and John I know will too, you have no fucking idea how lucky you kids are that you actually get to read Miracle Man. It took 30 fucking years for this shit to happen.
Yep.
The Twilight Zone number 8, I believe the last issue in the current story arc, being written by J. Michael Straczynski of Babylon 5 fame.
Mm-hmm.
And possible accidental creator of Star Trek Deep Space Nine.
It's not an accident. We did that on purpose.
Yeah, you stole his ideas.
Fucking awesome.
Hack Slash, the Son of Sam Hay, number 3, because I love Hack Slash. Cassie Hack is one of the most awesome characters ever. And John, this is a comic you might be interested in. Just the title alone is going to prick your ears and the ends of your mustache up. Southern Bastards number 4.
Oh my.
By
Okay,
Jason
I'm going to have to check that one out.
It's actually really awesome. It's about a man who goes home to his old town in the South, and then we're talking deep South, and decides things have gone to shit and it's time to spend justice with a big fucking stick.
Wow.
So Walking Tall?
Walking Tall.
No, because
Walking Tall.
this guy hasn't been beaten up for it. He's the son of, like, the place's former sheriff, which was famous for carrying the stick. It's definitely an homage to Walking Tall. There's no way around that.
It's totally a rip-off of Walking Tall because, eventually they're going to have him get his ass kicked. That
No,
way,
for it to be a
Tall makes him
rip-off of
human.
Walking... Oh, stop. For it to be a rip-off of Walking Tall, he has to get his ass kicked and then claim the stick they kicked his ass with and use that to dispense justice. This was him...
He didn't use the stick they kicked his ass with. They used it. He got the stick from the front porch.
Also, it wasn't a stick. It was a 2x4.
It wasn't a
Stand.
2x4. It was actually a 4x4 in the remake.
Yeah.
What are we going with a remake for?
Because it was actually pretty decent.
Yeah.
The Dwayne Johnson one?
Yeah, it was actually pretty decent.
I thought it was a fun action movie. I want to see the original still, though. I will not make any final judgments on the film until I finally see the original. So anyway, we got both news, both of them kind of big deals. We'll go with the less controversial one first. There has been a new record made for most money spent on a single comic book. And considering the comic, damn fucking straight, it set the record. Again. At $3,207,852 at an auction, as close to pristine condition as you can get, Action Comics #1.
Understandable.
Yeah.
I need to buy a comic like that. Holy shit.
Huh?
I mean, to spend, okay, I understand the comic, $3 million. Over $3 million.
You understand the comic.
Oh, I understand the comic. But still.
It's not
That's
worth $3 million.
It is worth $3 million. If I had $3 million to spend, I would have bought it.
I'm just saying.
It's the very first appearance of Superman.
I know this.
Yeah.
It's like literally everything we're going through today comes from that one book.
That's one of those things. At this point in time, it's not even. It's one of those things nowadays that buying something like that is not any kind of indication on fandom at this point in time. Now in time, it's an investment and it's a status symbol.
Yep.
Pretty much.
I think it's past the point where it's an investment, especially when you have to spend that much to get it in the first place anyway.
Yeah, but he's going to sell it for $5 million in about 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
No, not in 5 years you won't.
Yeah, he will.
And in that exact same one, I don't know, I doubt it, but we'll see.
As long as it remains pristine.
We'll come back in 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
The other news is Marvel. We're going to debate on whether or not they fucked up here. I personally don't think they did. I think they did exactly what they planned to do with this. But who here has seen the Spider-Woman cover by Italian artist Milo Manara?
Yo.
Nope.
Oh, wow. Yeah, Marvel's dealing with some controversy from that. He's an artist known for doing erotic comics, and if you look at that cover, it shows. And so a lot of people are giving him shit, saying how dare Marvel be sexist and use this over-sexualized cover. Though me personally, it doesn't look sexualized. It looks anatomically incorrect. But
I say this again. If your ass cheeks separate like that, you have medical issues. I'm sorry. It's one thing to have a little bit right there, but when your ass cheeks are like that, there's a problem. Talk about the thigh gap. Now we have the ass gap.
I thought that too until last week when I saw a girl sitting down on on a brick wall and did the exact same thing on something far looser than superhero spandex. And I was like, "Fuck, he actually has a point then." Because I remember looking at that picture thinking the only way that works is if the fabric gets sucked right up your asshole as soon as you get out of that position.
Yeah, but based on the position of her legs, no.
But it's just honestly, if a guy's known for erotic comics, I think he'd be doing something a bit more risque than the picture he did.
Fuck it. Next time, let's just get Eric Basula to do it, because God knows that man does asses perfectly.
Great. We're going to go with artists who are perfect for asses. Was it Frank Cho? Are you around?
God, yeah, Frank Cho.
No man in comics does an ass better than Frank Cho. Wow, I feel weird. I'm trying to point out how I don't feel like this is sexist, but then we go into what do we talk about? But no, it's honestly to me, I remember when I found out about this, I literally had to look up 3 articles on it before I found one of the alternate covers. I seem to be the only person who actually read that first article and realized, oh, this is one of several covers. Not even the one that's going into the mainstream market or onto the main stands. It's like one of those special order ones. The rare one, you know less. And I think it's just a combination of a guy who's known for doing erotic comics, plus the fact it's a high-profile comic. Like, Marvel's getting tons of publicity out of this, and it's going to translate into sales. There's a reason for the old saying, there's no such thing as bad publicity.
True,
but it's just, I don't know, in my own mind, I think it's just, I know enough about Europe and its mentality to know when you want to go erotic, you go a lot farther than he did.
Yep, pretty much.
Yeah, this may be eroticism by our standards, but by European, that's something you show your kids.
Yeah. What else we got?
For comics, actually, that's about it. This is when we move to the more painful part of the evening, the obituaries. To get to the less painful one out of the way, we have recently lost Stephen Lee at age 58 of a heart attack. For those, he was an actor known for playing small roles. For anybody wondering why we bring him up, these are his geek credentials. These are the things that he played a part in. Star Trek: The Next Generation, War Games, RoboCop 2, Quantum Leap, Babylon 5. He wins. He wins.
Pretty much.
Also, somehow I didn't write this down, so I'm hoping I remember the name right, because I honestly never learned the actor's name until I found this out. But I believe it's Richard Attenborough.
That's correct.
Yeah, he passed away recently at the age of 90. Famous director / actor, most famous in today's world as the guy who financially put together Jurassic Park in the movie Jurassic Park.
Spared no expense.
Yep.
The only one I said was the blood-sucking lawyer.
And the guy who played the part so nicely that it wasn't until I read an article that I realized he was supposed to be the villain.
Yeah, read the book.
Oh, yeah.
No, I'm serious. It's like, until I think it was actually in Entertainment Weekly, their little, hey, this is our tribute to Richard Attenborough thing. Until I read that I was like, he was the villain of that movie? I blamed Nedry.
No, that was just a consequence.
Yeah, when I sit down and think about it, I see it, and he's right. He was an irresponsible asshole with a bunch of killer dinosaurs who's just letting roam around freely, but it's just, he was so nice. It literally did not occur to me until I read that article.
Well, yeah, it was only because that in the movie he mentions how he wants to make it available for everybody to go see, regardless of how much money they have. In the book, he's in it straight just for the profit. He doesn't give a crap. He wanted to make it expensive as all hell. It was Grant that said you could get the entire world to come here and still make all the money.
Yep.
Never read the book.
Recommended. It's actually good.
And now for our final category. Science!
Science!
And that's why he's a hardcore Doctor Who fan. If he was any more into science, he'd already have a blue box that's bigger on the inside than he is on the outside. I'm not talking about that asshole tattoo he's got.
Oh my.
First up, we have discovered 2 ancient Mayan cities in Mexico.
Yep.
There's your horror movie fodder right there, folks.
We'll see in a couple of years.
Yep. That's always
the second 2016 prophecy.
What was that, Pixie?
I'm sure they've already done it.
Well, there was that stupid movie that came out a while ago that was like famous for 2 seconds about like the killer worms and the Gen Xers visiting it, and there was.
I haven't been happy with any horror movies lately, so.
You know what's sad? I look at the horror movies today versus that one, which I think came out like roughly 10-ish years ago. I don't know if they improved or gotten worse.
Well, I mean, most of the horror movies nowadays are just to see exactly how gory they can make it. Though well, I did appreciate Cabin in the Woods because I got to see a unicorn impale some guy.
That's part. movie. But no, I like gory movies. The bloodier, the better. I'm the one usually laughing when someone gets a limb chopped off or something. But
we need to stop doing gory horror movies. We need to remind people these movies can be scary again. We need to try to scare the audience again. We have so much of the gore now. We need to go in the other direction again.
I definitely have to give credit to the Evil Dead remake. That one actually did a damn good job of combining the gore with the jump scares and the psychological thriller. That had all three elements.
Cringe. It takes a lot to make me cringe in a horror movie. Like, it takes a lot. But there was parts of that new Evil Dead movie that I was just like, oh god. And that.
The box cutter on the tongue gets me every time I watch it. I'm like, ah!
If you're not getting to at least a little disgusted watching Evil Dead, then you're not watching Evil Dead. We're talking about a movie whose first installment, a girl was literally raped by a tree.
And they kept it in and made it better.
The best part is... Yeah, the best part is watching it with the Bruce Campbell commentary. And here's where we lose 40% of our audience right about now. It is, to this day, the best commentary track I have heard for anything so far. Yeah, I'm one of the few people I listen to commentary tracks. I haven't listened to that yet. It's comedy gold.
Okay.
It's right there with how I think everybody who wants to do film school should watch An Evening with Kevin Smith, which is just as much a friggin' 4-hour stand-up comedy special as it is an education on what you have to deal with to have a career in film. But anyway, moving on. I'm gonna switch these around as I have them written down. It's better to do this other one last. Both of them are equally exciting for different reasons. Both of them will save lives. The first one I'm going to bring up is that we have discovered a protein that blocks both the HIV and Ebola viruses.
In monkeys.
We are monkeys.
Not really.
Some of us angrier than others.
Yet to see if you'll work in a human.
We're monkeys.
It's a significant step. And that's what's going to be, the fact that it already works on higher primates will really push forward the concept and the ability for human testing. So that'll probably come in the next couple of years.
Mm-hmm. Otherwise, don't hold your breath.
Look, one of two things is going to happen. Either we're going to do what we need to for it to work on humans and it's going to work, or this is the first step to the zombie apocalypse. We are all prepared. We know what to do.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yep. There we go. The other thing is, and this is kind of exciting, both for the obvious and probably the less obvious reason I did that literally, it wasn't until I wrote this down, I realized this. A bunch of college students have developed a nail polish that can be used to detect the date rape drug in drinks.
Yeah, it starts out and it turns black. All they gotta do is mix their finger into the drink. And it'll change color. I think it's genius.
And the other cool thing about it is, it's right down the road from where Evan is, because they're working at NC State.
Go State. Well, I should say go Pack. But anyway, the thing but honestly, this makes me a little jealous of women. And also, because in my mind, it's just such James Bond awesome shit right there. Like, think about it when it happens and it works. Not only are you, realizing that this is an asshole that you don't want to go home with and you should probably report, but at the same time, you kind of feel like a super spy doing that shit. Like, Q was right.
I mean, they already have, color-changing nail polishes depending on, temperatures and stuff like that.
But the fact it's a chemical reaction is badass.
I think that's amazing. So, I mean, I'm all for it. But I don't go to bars, so I don't really have to worry about it.
Yeah, the only downside I see to this is I have no idea how John's going to get a date from now on.
Same way I get a date all the time. Wit and charm.
Is that what you name your clubs?
No.
Point of order. Am I the only one that wants to develop a chemical that is not an adulterant, but will make that color change happen just to cockblock people?
Ooh. Like that idea.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
I thought I could sell that.
All's fair in love and war, though it doesn't sound like something where love's involved, but yeah, there we go.
All's fair in love and cock blocking.
Rabbit, you are an evil mastermind.
Oh, and John just refuses to accept it.
Well, I'm sorry, we haven't accepted your application at the law offices of Lucifer, Beelzebub, and Devilbaum.
If it wasn't for Wade, the other guys were interested in, Rabbit wouldn't get laid.
What about Ray getting laid?
I said if it wasn't for girls the other guys are interested in, Rabbit wouldn't get laid.
No
I
comment.
can't say anything. That sadly makes up more of my love life than I would like it to myself.
Well, what else we got, Evan?
That's actually it. That was the final story for the evening.
What's up?
Woohoo, we made it! I got pudding! Oh, wait.
Pudding.
Behold the
Crab
Momo!
tastes like purple!
Momo, do you want to call Beelzebub? Huh? Would you like to call the Dark Lord Satan? I know a nice little trick for doing it, and you have an important part.
You do realize that it's still too early, even in your time zone, to be putting a call in the office. No one's there.
It's past
Yeah,
midnight
but you have to
somewhere.
get all the stuff together in order to get the sacrifice going. You can lay down that circle anytime you wanna.
Besides, John, I live near a college. I'm not going to find a virgin anytime soon.
Oh, you will. They're in the IT department. Find the one with the greasiest hair.
Make sure he's a Unix admin.
Yep.
Because
After
Windows.
he speaks Unix, and if he starts freaking out, that's your virgin.
So I go out, I
Winter.
find the guy, and then I give him a drink, and then he dips his finger in and goes, "Oh, what is this shit? You look what."
Oh, circle. That's when you just clone him.
Yes. This has been High Class Geek News, where you can catch us every Sunday night at 9 p.m.
8 Central.
Yep. I am, of course, a friendly neighborhood geekazoid, Evan Ransom. With me today was the angry leprechaun, John Little. The less than angry but still killer Rabbit.
Yeah.
And the manic pixie.
Who will have a different color hair next week?
Yep. You decide.
Remember,
You gotta place your bet. I want to see who wins.
pea soup green. It's going to be.
And maybe I'll finally remember to arrange my ice bucket challenge thing, because I've been challenged. Should probably do that.
Probably so.
Yeah.
Well, we will see you all. Same geek time, same geek channel next week.
That's it. Good night.
Night.
Bye.
It's all over my face.